Hi everyone, it's JoJo from Mojo Jojo Plans, and it is that time that we figure out what planners I am using for 2024. I have some planners here. This video is just going to be, the planners I'm planning on using and what I'm planning on using for. And then I will have another video of setting up my planners because I am planning to Franken plan and Transformer plan again. It's one of my favorite things to do, but I just like doing that video separate because otherwise these videos sometimes end up being super long and I just break them up, and that one will have I can break down a little bit more of how to do those things and what those things even mean. But let's go ahead and get started and then kind of just talk about my whys of why I'm doing what I'm doing this year. So I am simplifying things, I think, a little bit more than I have in the past. And the reason is 2023 has been a really rough year for me and my planners. I think it was just a year of a lot has just been constantly going on. And I definitely got into a phase of anytime I come to my office, I'm here getting things done. I'm not really taking time for me when I'm in my office. And because of that, that even meant I was not taking the time to sit down and actually write in my planners. So it's going to be so embarrassing when I actually do my planner flip throughs because there are a lot of weeks where I didn't even write in them. Especially once April hit, literally Go Wild happened and then April hit and we moved. And from then on, it was just a struggle. Just new routines being formed, just completely being thrown off from what I'm used to. So my planners definitely got neglected this year, but I kind of simplified things this year for 2024 because I want to be able to get back on track with using my planners because, you guys, this year has been rough. And if anything, I have learned I do not do well at all with not having planners and not writing in my planner consistently. I do not do well. I've been the most scatterbrained that I have ever been in my entire life, forgetting things all the time. And it's just I forget things and then I'm frustrated. Well, if I just wrote it in my freaking planner, then I would know. But it's just been rough. So I have a couple of ideas of how I can make sure that's getting done. And I think kind of removing myself from my office to do those things and making sure I'm taking my planner from my office to inside my house every single day, I think is going to help a lot with that. I even got a super cute bag that I can transport my planner in and stuff, and kind of I'm going to work kind of thing is kind of how I'm going to be treating it, when I bring my planner back to my office. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into it. I know, sorry, that was a couple minutes, but all right, so as usual, I always have a catch-all planner, and the planner I chose this year is this one. And as usual, I love a good neutral planner. I think it's just so much easier, especially if you're really into decorating your planner on your own without suggestions from anything else. I think a neutral planner is the way to go. So this is the Tell Your Story. It's from the Pigeon Letters collab. It is a vertical layout, so we'll just take a good look at this one. But of course, this had florals in it, and this one was really the only one this year that kind of really spoke to me. I think a lot of the planners this year just weren't my vibe, but this one, it had the neutral pages and then it had florals in it, so I was like, cool, love it. I'm not a big fan of the cover. I mean, the cover's cute, but I'm definitely going to be switching out the cover. But here's the inside. So again, very on the neutral side, which is what I love. One thing I did not notice until right this second is this dashboard page. Now another thing, if y'all notice that I got out of the habit was doing my currently page. Literally, you guys, April hit. I think I did it for a little bit, maybe after April, but literally April hit and it was just I could not mentally focus on anything that I had, anything extra. I literally could not do anything extra. And so it was just really rough. And I'm I hate that. I just want to get back into that. But I am noticing that this dashboard page is different. Oh, and there's a random mark. And I kind of don't like the way this one is. I liked the one, I can just show you from my other one because I haven't filled it in, shocker, but I really liked this one. I just liked this layout better. I think it worked better. So I might see, I'm sure I have several planners, so I might see if I can kind of, maybe that's where some Franken planning will come in, is I might change these. So I'll have to sit and look through some planners to see if I can find one that I have like the complete, at least enough months worth, like 12 months worth. It doesn't matter if they're outdated. I probably have some pages that I'll use, but now that I'm looking at that, because I honestly haven't really looked at this planner. This is really the first time I'm really opening it since I literally got it and then I shoved it on a shelf because, again, I could not mentally handle anything. But again, super neutral. I love that. And what I mean by I like neutral better, like especially if you're a person that loves to just like decorate on your own without any help from anything else, I think the planners that have color in it already are really good if you're needing that extra help, need like to pick out color schemes, right? Like you can just go based off of the color schemes that are already on the page. But when I don't like to do that, because then that means I'm like tied down to those colors. It's nice to just have neutral, because then I don't have to worry about covering up colors, because that's what I used to have to do all the time, was I would have to white out colors and stuff. So that way it wasn't like, if those colors were nothing like what my spread was supposed to be, you know, and they just completely threw it off, then it's like you're going to want to cover it up. And doing a neutral just helps not have to do that. And I already hate white out. Like, if you've been here for a hot minute, I just hate white out with a passion. Like, somebody please find me some like paper white out and maybe I'll be happy with it. But it just like never looks cute. And then if you put a clear sticker over it, it just still doesn't look cute. So I just prefer the neutral. So then I don't have to worry about covering up anything in this planner. There's no extra color in here. Yes, there's some black dots, but black is neutral and that doesn't get in the way. I think this one has dots throughout the entire planner. Let me see. I'll show you the dividers of this one too. Yes, okay, so we have polka dots. I think last year's had polka dots and stripes, which was totally fine, but it was all neutral. And I just think it just makes it so much easier. So that's what I mean. But if you do love color, and maybe it's nice to be able to, because sometimes, you know, the color would switch per each month. It might be nice to be able to just pull from the colors that are already on the page. I totally get that version of it too. Or maybe you like the ones that have lots of stuff in it because, you know, then you don't have to decorate as much, especially if you don't have time. So there's definitely different reasons for everything. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm flipping through that part. But that's my reason for that. So just really quick, I'll show you the dividers. Now, I'm not 100% married to the dividers either, so I might freaking plan some of these dividers. I kind of have to just figure it out. And that's why I wanted to do these videos separately, because I think a lot of the setup video is going to be me just kind of figuring out what I want to keep and take away kind of thing. Franken plan and put different planners together. But this is this one. Why is this weird? It's like half off the pages. Oh, okay, we're good. All right, and then there's the last month. So this one's the catch-all. So basically I'm married to the vertical, married to the monthly. So far, the only thing that I might be Franken planning out of here is the currently page, and then some of the dividers. I'll probably keep most of them, but I know there's some dividers from some other planners that I really like. So this will be my catch-all for the year. Now, the cover that I'm thinking of pulling is this one. This is the Bridgerton planner. This one was available on Amazon. I'll have it linked down below. But this cover is just gorgeous. Like, the colors of it. Pair this with some purple discs and I don't know. So I think I'm going to use this one as my cover, at least for a little while. I haven't even really looked at this one. This one does have some fun bee discs, which I thought was super fun. But I think this might be one of the planners that I Franken plan my catch-all with. Like, I'm not going to use this one, and I'll show you why. So this one is not neutral. It has a lot of like extra detail, color, which I think is great. But like these things are just gorgeous. Like, I do like them, but if I actually want to decorate on them, that doesn't really work for what I want to do. But the dividers, I might be Franken planning into the other one. And then these monthlies are super fun. Again, if you don't have a lot of time to decorate, like, planners like this are great. Like, you can just slap in a couple things and you don't care about decoration. But see, if I were to use this one, I would always feel like I needed to have some kind of like minty, like the colors would need to go with that. Like that's usually what I like to avoid. And I feel like I would have to be like that for the entire month because that's what's down the spine. So that's the main reason. But I do absolutely love the dividers. So I might Frankenplan some of these dividers into the other planner. Let's see what the color down the center. And now we have that like burgundy color. And then back to the blue. So yeah, so I you know, that's just something. And I feel like when they're down the spine, it's a lot harder. Like, no, it's not impossible to cover it up, but it's a lot harder. And yes, you can ignore it, but I don't like doing that. So just looking at some of the dividers, like I love a good majority of the dividers in here, but I might be pulling some of these. There were also some like Disney dividers that I really liked from some of the Disney journals and planners. So yeah, so this one mainly will just be to Frankenplan from. I know I won't use the weeklies, but I had to get it because this one was just such a pretty planner. I couldn't not get it. So this is what I'm thinking of Frankenplanning together with this. Now, in past years, I've done a Transformer planner, and it's just basically where you can have extra covers, and I'll go over that in my setup video. But usually I add another planner in here. Usually it is my budget planner. I did this for this year. I keep wanting to say last year, but we're still in 2023. I did it in 2023, and you guys, I did 3 months, literally January to March. And then again, right after Go Wild happened, we moved, like immediately got back home from Go Wild. I think we had like a week of packing, and then we moved. We closed on our house and we moved. So from then on, it was just chaos. And I went into F-it mode, was what I called it, of I just didn't care what we were spending. I'm a very like, I want it done now. I have a really hard time waiting. So I went into a very toxic mode of let's just get it done. We'll pay for it all now, and then we'll deal with consequences later. Well, now we're in that consequence season. And so I just like stopped budgeting. So I did not continue on with my budget. I am still going to be doing some budgeting to an extent, but my husband is actually going to be taking over the budgeting. So we still got to figure out a system for him to do that. He might try out what I did last year. And I will link last year's video down in the description below so you can see how I set up I want to keep saying last year. It's technically this year. I'll link that video that I did last year for this year down below. So that way you could check that out and see how I did budgeting in that one. But right now I just don't know because he's going to be the one mainly doing that. I'm going to take a little pressure off of myself, and I'm going to put him in charge because I can't keep track of my business budget and our personal budget at the same time with everything else that I have on my plate. So I am finally trying to be good and actually like hand over some reins. And so he expressed that he'd be okay with doing that for me. So that's what we're going to try. So we still kind of have to figure out how and what that's going to look like. So as of right now, I don't have like a budgeting system, but I am planning to put a Transformer part in my planner. But the different thing that I think I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to use either this cover or this cover, because I feel like I have to do something Disney. I love these ones. One of these, I haven't decided which one yet. So again, in setup video, we'll figure it out. And I'm just going to take the covers. These are just notebooks. So nothing. Oh, well, this one's a planner. But see, I might take some of these dividers because they're so fun. But I'm going to take a planner cover, and then I'm going to put all the extra sheets. So basically, I'll have a whole section dedicated to my extra sheets in my planner. So that's kind of how I'm planning to implement that. So that's my classic catch-all. Classic catch-all just means it's going to have everything from my appointments, maybe my kiddos' appointments, anything and everything that I have going on is what goes. It catches it, like everything that's going to go. I'll probably do like a smaller version of budgeting on my monthly this year, like maybe just like our bills to keep track of that, but like overall, like our spending and stuff, my husband's going to do. But I might start doing that. I haven't done that in the past in my normal catch-all, but I think because I don't use my monthly as much for like the day-to-day appointments, I think I'm going to just start putting budgeting stuff in my monthly. So I think that's kind of how I'm going to do it. Again, I'm really just simplifying things this year because I just need to get back on track with using my planner, because this year has just been a struggle and rough, and I'm so frustrated. I don't even want to flip through my planners. I'm like, I will. I'm like, I kind of don't want to, because I'm like, I didn't even write in them. The only one that I was fully consistent in was my memory planner. And I think because that's something like I love doing weekly, I have pictures every week, that one's a lot easier for me to do, weekly and make sure I'm actually getting that done. So let's move to that one. So memory planner, I decided I'm going to use this one. It's a big vertical layout. Now I technically did not need to switch memory planners. This is the one that I'm using. This one technically does go through 2024, all of 2024. And I do like this one. It's neutral. It's simple. But I really wanted to use Disney. So I'm kind of conflicted here because I'm like, I really love the neutral on everything. Everything on this one is completely neutral, whereas this Disney one is not. So this is where I might change things up. I might decide as I'm setting these up. As I'm like looking at them now, I'm like, well, no, I might change my mind. But for sure, I definitely want the dividers. And like all these extra pages I don't necessarily use for memory keeping, but at least for sure the dividers, maybe even these pages. But I feel like this is just such a cute memory keeping type of thing. Now this is like where I'm not used to, but I also have not been decorating my monthly. All I use this for, and I can show you because I'm a memory planner, is I put a picture a day. Oh, we're not in February. I was like, how do I not have things there? But I literally just put a picture a day. So every day I take some kind of picture. Sometimes I don't have a picture and I just kind of note that. But like whether it's of a drink or, sometimes I do a planner post if I didn't take pictures. Sometimes I'll do my nails that I just got done, whatever. But I usually do a picture a day on my monthly spread in my memory planner. So really, if I'm not decorating it, then I feel like keeping this is fine. The only place where I'm like, is on the vertical because I do decorate. So really, there's only color down the center. I might be able to live with that. I don't know. Sometimes I'll do like a month or something, and then I might change it up, and maybe I'll just go back to these pages because I have them. And then I'll just keep like all the dividers, because I do love the dividers in this big vertical happy planner. And I feel like because they're all like pictures, like I feel like that's just like a really good choice for, this is my favorite. I feel like this is a fun choice for memory keeping. So anyway, so this one's the one I'm going to use. Again, I might change some things up when I actually set up the planners. I feel like I'm still like thinking through everything. I've had all this just like sitting on my shelves since, they were released, and I haven't really given myself time to fully think, but I know I'm going to keep doing memory planning for as long as I can, which I'm hoping, is every single year, because I absolutely love memory keeping. So have to dedicate a book to that. So that's that planner. And then the last planner I am using this year, we are switching from a regular mini and we are moving to a skinny mini. Now this one is my on the go planner. And that just basically means this is the planner that's going to get thrown in a bag. And usually, or thrown in my purse. This will fit a lot better in my purse than my other mini will. But I'm really excited that they came out with Skinny Mini again, because I did do a horizontal mini this year, and I just feel like sometimes I didn't have enough to put in it. It was fun because I got to decorate more and have more space for decorating, but it almost kind of felt wasteful. So I'm glad, because this size is a lot smaller. I could put the bare minimum, and this will just mimic the appointments that I have in my catch-all, but on the go if I ever need to check if we have something going on already. Something I do love about this one, it is neutral on the inside on all the functional pages. I'm not a huge fan of the dividers, but that's mainly because I'm not a big fan of like the squad goal vibes. I don't know. I'm just weird with like random people, I guess. But these are completely neutral, which is what I love. And some of the dividers I love because they are florals. But I don't know. So there's not really another planner to swap the dividers with. I do have the undated version of a Skinny Mini planner that I got on Cyber Week. I do love this one though, that I got for Cyber Week, but I kind of want to save that one because it is undated. And if they ever decide not to do a Skinny Mini again, I want to make sure I have a Skinny Mini. Part of me is like, I could just buy another box set because it came in like a little box set, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that one is my catch-all. I do love the cover because it is floral, and thankfully there's like no people on the cover, so I am glad for that. So I'm really excited to use a Skinny Mini and switch to that. And it'll kind of make me have to remember. I mean, I used a Skinny Mini a year or two ago. I can't remember. And it is definitely different when it comes to decorating because you don't have as much real estate to decorate on. So I think it'll be fun figuring out how I can fit like my stickers in here and how I could just like decorate these pages just to make them look fun. So I'm excited to have that little challenge again because I am very used to decorating a horizontal mini because I used a horizontal mini for a few years. So I'm glad I'll have a little bit of a different vibe in a smaller layout to decorate. So we can definitely figure that out. So I'm excited for my Skinny Mini. So those are the planners I am planning to use. So we have my big memory planner. This mainly is going to be my classic catch-all, and then I'm going to Frankenplan it with some things from here and then some things from these notebooks and make an extra section that will have all the extra pages that I made for my planners in a separate section. And then this little mini will be kind of mimic my catch-all and then all that good stuff. So in my setup video, I will be showing all the setup of all these planners, you know, putting the name in it, changing covers. I'll show how to do a Franken planner and a Transformer planner. The video I do have linked down below from this year's, I keep wanting to say last year's, from this year's planner lineup. I do go over those things too. So if you don't want to wait for the video for this one to come out, I do explain and show how to do the Transformer and like what Franken planning means. I do have all that in that video too, but I'll just reiterate it when I do this video because we'll be doing a lot of switching. I'm going to switch discs. I mean, these discs are okay, but I'm not a huge fan of gold, so we'll got to figure out what kind of discs to put on these. Different discs on my big, definitely thinking some purple discs for that, because if it's going to go with this cover, I feel like purple discs will be beautiful. So yeah, so lots of fun things coming in that video, but that is my 2024 planner lineup, you guys. I think I just need to simplify things this year. And I know I feel like it looks like a lot on here, but really I'm only taking the covers from one of these notebooks. I just don't know which one yet. I kind of like this one better. But really I'm just taking, you know, the cover. Oh, that's a lie. I'm also doing my daily. So I do have another one. Just kidding. I'm still going to do daily sheets. I was like, why? I was like, I know I was going to use another cover for something. I will be doing dailies, but I think the only different thing I'm going to be doing differently with my dailies this year is I'm going to do them for personal life and business life because I think I need that. And I need to separate it. I need to have one that's like, here are my to-dos when I come in my office. And then I need to have a separate, here are my to-dos when I go inside to my house. Like, what do I need to get done in the household? So I think that is something different I'm doing this year because in 2024, because in 2023, I really only did this for business stuff and social media, and I got super overwhelmed with everything else that I had to do in the house. So I really think separating these two things will make it so much easier. So these are my printables. I will have these linked down in the description below. These are the light gray version, and I just like these because if I do any clear stickers or kind of want to shift the layout a little bit, it's not as noticeable if they were black, but they are also available in the black version as well, and then also available in big size. I think I have these in big and classic size. So I'll probably just have these. I just print them out as I need them, and then I decorate them each week here on YouTube. And then I'll probably just, whatever cover I don't pick to put in my planner, I'll probably make my daily notebook, you know, for that. And I think I'll probably do another Transformer version of it so I can do, you know, keep separate the stuff for the household and stuff for the whatchamacallit, for social media, all that good stuff. So I completely forgot. I'm glad I looked to the left where I had these laying, because I was like, I feel like I had something else. But there we go. So that's my planner lineup, you guys. Simplifying it this year. I just really think that is what I need to do so I can get back on track with actually using my planners. Although I will say, even just decorating them is so therapeutic to me. Like, I know I'm going to still look through my planner, and yes, it's a bummer that a lot of the spreads, especially towards the end of the year, I haven't written in, but that just means they weren't ruined by my handwriting, which sometimes I'm like, I like write in my planner, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, my handwriting literally just ruined my planner. So, you know, it's good, and it's still therapeutic for me, even just like the decorating part of it. It just did not help me, you know, with not being as scatterbrained. So anyway, that is it, you guys. I'll have those things linked down below so you can check them out, and then stay tuned. I'll have probably the video up a lot sooner than I think it will be up, of getting these planners set up for 2024. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye.